Hello and welcome to Sunday Stream. I'm Lee. Thanks for being here. Let's have a great day. Where to begin this week? What are we going to talk about? So first of all, I usually am here around 2 to 3 o'clock on Sundays. Not always, not every day. What's my hair doing? I don't know. But if I am not actually here exactly on time, please understand it's because I'm setting things up or something literally just happened while I was setting up that distracts me. I'm very highly suggestively distractible sometimes. I've been known to have like a meeting set up in say 15 minutes. I know that I have a meeting in 15 minutes. 30 minutes goes by and I got distracted with something else, and then I'm like, oh shit, I had a meeting. I also do not know what my hair is doing today. Whatever. It's gonna get weird. So today I almost got distracted by coming in at 2 o'clock, which is a little earlier than normal. So thanks for being here if you're early. I hope it didn't disrupt anyone's time too much. I almost got distracted from being here because somebody in the hypno fetish forum got upset at a post I made 14 years ago about my dark side chastity file. And then they're like, why would I take it down? It's still relevant. And they're like, you should remove it. And I'm like, that's not how the internet works. You put things up and then they're there forever. Anyway, I just thought it was amusing. Hello, John and MyTube and Roman and Lycan. And I'm gonna resist doing something because somebody in here is has got. I just want to let you know, Lycan, I may cause you to do something later. I just can't help myself. I probably could help myself, but my brain is like, oh, go ahead and make it happen. Go ahead, do it. It'll be fine. Yes, resistance is futile, and I'm just gonna have to give into it later. So anyway, I almost got distracted by that, but fortunately, on this computer, I'm not signed in to anything other than you lovely people here. So, hi Cami. So this morning, I had a dream. I love my dreams, by the way. My dreams are fantastic and they're amusing. I love them. I wish I could keep living it. It's like a story that somebody's telling me, but my eyes are closed, which is kind of how I like it, but I can see everything, which is kind of how I like it. And I'm in the story, which doesn't really matter to me, but is great. So in my dream this morning, I'm on a college campus and I'm going around with at least one other person, and we're up to some, I want to say activist shenanigans, but it's unclear. I really have no exact idea what the heck we were doing. But the end of the dream, we end up in this elevator and we have to go down. But the elevator is a really weird elevator. It's not just buttons, right? So if you wanted to go down, you have to I'm trying to remember all the sequences, because even though it was this morning, it feels like 100 years ago. So you have to adjust something. There's this panel that flips up and you have to hit a switch. And then I got stuck in the elevator for some amount of time. And that was my weird dream this morning. And I have no idea what the heck it means. I've had 2 nightmares in my life that I recall. One as a child, my mother had taken me to see Peter and the Wolf, or Hansel and Gretel, maybe, but I don't know. And I have this vivid dream still now, I can still see it in my head, of this giant witch head, right, floating there. It's not scary to me now, but as a 4-year-old, it was pretty intense because it was a big, big head. I had a dream that somebody that I had a crush on, this was in college, was chasing me through my dorm rooms trying to kill me. Did not happen, obviously. I'm still here. As far as I know, they've never killed anyone. However, they own a funeral home. I don't know if they're technically a mortician, but they own a funeral home, so take that as you will. And I just thought that was kind of funny. Like this dream today was like full color, vivid, like the elevator had like brass kind of fittings. Anyway, super cool. I wish I understood more about it. It'd be great. So, Roman, if you respond to something that we do, I'll probably do it again too. You just have to let me know. Hi, Yip. Okay, and so I'm going through news today because I like to check up and see what's happening to distress myself. Not really. But, and so I saw this article called 7 Surprising Facts About Dreams, Why We Have Them and What They Mean. I think the title that I clicked on was like, your dreams have more meaning than you know. I was like, okay, cool. I had this dream this morning about getting stuck in an elevator. What does it mean? That's not what this is actually about. So this person actually has 7 takeaways for dreams, and I'm going to share them with you. And then I thought for our hypno today, we could do something with like deliberate dreaming, not necessarily lucid dreaming, which I think has some practices that you would want to put into place. That's like the one where you can come out of your body, you can see yourself lying there, you can travel around the world, and you can direct your dream. I'm not saying that we won't necessarily talk about that a little bit, but that's not specifically what I think we'll do today. I think today, when we talk about dreams, we'll just see, perhaps, if you can, 1, plan out a dream, and 2, remember what your dream was about to see if that has any fun stuff going on for you. Right? I think it would be a lot of fun. So I would like to know, if you were here last week, have you gotten stuff done? I mean, I know probably one of you in here got stuff done, but did you get stuff done? If you were here last week, whether or not you thought it was about procrastination or something else, did you get things done this week? Did your brain just automatically put you in trance, do the things, and then you were like, oh, hey, I'm awake and my dishes are done? Or, oh, hey, my laundry's done? Or was it like, oh, hey, I just took a nap? I don't know what happened. I didn't do any of those things. Your house is so freaking organized. I'm excited about that for you. All right, sounds like and you might be the only one who really found themselves responding well to that, which is okay. It's okay. If you want to, really get into waking trances, or you really want to get into unconscious actions, so it didn't do much. It's not that it has to be a problem per se. It's just that there could be something that you wanted to do that you haven't gotten around to doing, and this allows you to do it. So, yeah, setbacks can happen. I definitely feel that. So if you find yourself, maybe you listened again to just that part. Not too much though. I can't let myself do chores. God knows what's up with that? I'm just teasing you, John. Sometimes I feel that same way. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I need productivity, but not everybody does. Like, if you don't have any problem with doing chores, if you normally get your stuff done on a regular basis, it may not matter to you. But not everyone is that well organized or that, happy to do things. So, I I definitely get so distracted by all sorts of things. And then I have things that I would like to do. I finally joined a gym this week. It's been on my list since last fall, but I knew I wasn't going to do it at least until May, and then May just like hit me like a ton of bricks. So it's June, and I joined in June. Yeah, I think if it feels really good for you to do your chores, yeah, actually, Roman. So maybe, yeah, no, I don't want you to lie. So, but Roman, maybe you can discover that you find that you really like doing these things better anyway. And I mean, you don't have to take everything from a session and do it exactly as, but maybe your brain is like, we don't mind doing these things, but now we like doing them even better. You know, take that reward system that I talked about and just let that happen to you, and see how that works. Because the more enjoyment you get out of doing a thing, the better it's going to be, I think. All right. So this guy, the person who wrote the article talked to Rahul Jandal, a neurosurgeon, neuroscientist, and an author. And he says that dreams are not random. And he says that being chased and falling are pretty consistent. When I was a child, I used to have this dream. I had this recurring dream, right? I'd be walking down the street, there'd be an open manhole, no cover, right in front of me, and I always fell into it, and I could not escape it. Like, it was there, I couldn't go around it, I just fell into it over and over and over. Never got hurt, nothing bad ever happened. I just remember falling into that open manhole, walking down the street, doing it again and again and again. So being chased, I also, you guys are getting all my dreams, all the ones I remember. I also used to have dreams as a kid, like actually, this happened when I was a kid and then went into adulthood too. But I used to have these dreams where I was like part of a gang of kids. It was like a post-apocalyptic world, and the adults were always chasing us. Always. It was always adults chasing this pack of kids. And we were always like hiding and trying to get away from the adults. I don't know what that says about maybe responsibility. But that was mine. Okay, so dreams are not random. Being chased and falling are pretty consistent. Reports of nightmares and erotic dreams are nearly universal. But the lack of math in your dreams makes sense because the part of your brain primarily responsible for logic, your prefrontal cortex, is not typically involved in dreaming. Thanks, John. Our brains are super active when we dream. And he learned something about dreams in the midst of performing brain surgery. So the doctor had numbed the scalp and partially opened up the skull. The brain doesn't feel any pain. And he was operating on the left side, I guess that's this over here for me, where language is typically located. And he worked carefully to avoid damage, going millimeter by millimeter, stimulating the neurons and asking the patient to count to 10 at each spot. And he said that the patient experienced a nightmare that had recurred for him since childhood after one of those little zaps of electricity. I think that's fascinating. So we might be asleep, but the brain is on fire. I know that when I sleep, like I sleep super deeply. I'm one of those people that I try to get like 8 hours of sleep a night. I hope you get really good sleep. If you don't, we will do another thing on sleep one of these days. When somebody's like, I really want to get more better sleep, we'll do more of that. And I'm also, I say I'm working on it. I'm not working about it. I've just thought about it, but I will work on it. I'm going to work on like one of those hypno tracks that you can listen to all night long, that you can fall asleep to. Hopefully, you can fall asleep to it. And then if you listen to it, your unconscious mind may or may not hear what goes on. I firmly believe that my hearing shuts off in the middle of the night. So it shuts off. I don't hear a thing. My brain does whatever it pleases. but I don't hear outside stuff. Oh, yeah, I love sleeping so much. Like I've set it up so that my bed is comfortable, my pillows are comfortable, my blankets are comfortable, the temperature's comfortable, and I just love it. Like I don't. It's not that the sleep itself is so awesome, but I definitely, wake up feeling pretty good. I enjoy going to bed. If there was a pill that made it so you never had to sleep and it was safe, I think you should definitely do some waking trance stuff. Because why not? It's like you're asleep, but it's also like you're awake. And then you get your stuff done. Yeah. See, I don't consider it lost time for me. Like, I know that when you sleep, your brain and your body do all sorts of good stuff with you. Oh, you just wish you didn't have to. What if you were just more effective during your waking hours? Wouldn't that be as good? Thank you, Roman. But I'm going to make some things that help you, that help people sleep that don't sleep well. Maybe I'll make some more. Maybe if you were just happy enough with what you got done during the day, you would be like, oh, now it's time to sleep, and it feels really good about it. I don't know. Like, I don't want to. I want everyone to feel good about what they do, or to do stuff more enjoyably or better, I guess. But I can understand that you would like to get more things done during the day. Now I'm imagining, like, I'm imagining that you're asleep, but you're dreaming, and in your dreams you get up and you do all these things. Oh, wait, what was I just... I just saw an episode. I've started rewatching Rick and Morty, and there was an episode where there was daytime family and nighttime family, and the nighttime family would get up and do all the things while the daytime people were sleeping. They're not sheep. You don't need to count them. It's totally fine. But I just think that that's kind of funny. Because you're clearly not alone in not wanting to sleep and wanting to be more productive. Cami and MyTube. I think that is definitely a thing. Like, people are like, if I only had the full 24 hours, except, I mean, it's a cautionary tale, that episode. And not everyone likes Rick and Morty or has access to it, but, yeah. So what you're saying is that you want to, like, submarine yourself so you have different crews. So, like, you're always productive. Every 8-hour shift or whatever you want it to be, you want to be on it. Maybe. I don't know. You get to design your own. All right, so number 3 from this article. When you first wake up or while you're drifting off is fertile time for creativity. And so sometimes what that means is that when you are just falling asleep, your brain all of a sudden may give you, like, creative answers to stuff that you've been thinking about for the last day or week or whatever it happens to be, right? Your brain may be going, oh, this is awesome. And then you wish that you had, like, a pencil and paper, and maybe you have a pencil and paper or something, your phone right in your bed, and you tap yourself out emails. And then all of a sudden you get distracted. If it were me, you get distracted by, like, everything else in your emails, like everything else that comes in, or that game you were playing, or that article you were reading, or that app that all of a sudden somebody sends you a message on, something like that. You want more time to waste well, maybe you can consider it wasting time while you sleep. I don't know. All right. It also talks about if you have nightmares, how you can write a new script. Oh, wait. So I always think that my brain's activity when I wake up and I know I've been having a dream, like I can't do it if an alarm clock wakes me up or I know I've got stuff to do and I wake up because I have stuff to do. My brain, I don't dream. Like it just doesn't happen that same way. However, if I have nothing to do, like today, I didn't really have a lot of stuff to do bright and early in the morning. And so I got to have that incredible, incredible dream about being locked in an elevator. You know, it says that your brain can be extra creative. Or maybe you're one of those people who, like, you go to sleep thinking about a problem, or maybe it pops into your brain as you're going to sleep, and then you wake up in the morning with the answer. So anyway, so if you have nightmares, they say to write a new script. What would you do if you had a nightmare and you wanted to change it to something else? We'll talk about that in a little bit. So if you have a nightmare and your brain, you don't like it and you want to do something different, what would you make that happen? Maybe you'd have an erotic dream like so many other people. Like change that nightmare into something fun and sexy. Why not? I don't have a lot of hallucinations. I've only had them when I've been very, very sick. I don't want to talk about them because they didn't really bother me, but they might bother somebody else. So I've had at least one, maybe two, but at least one that I really sort of can still vividly see. When I was a kid, it happened. Dreams with cheating are perfectly normal, and it doesn't mean there's something wrong with your relationship. But a majority of people report erotic dreams, and they have rules too. So the characters are surprisingly narrow. Celebrities, even family members, repellent bosses. It's a small collection of people that we have as a pattern going on in our brain. Near the end of life, dreams can provide comfort. A lot of people at a cancer hospice center say that their dreams are filled of reconciliation, of hope, of positive emotions. And they are they lean very positive. They lean positive, and they're very common, so I think that's kind of fun. And they can be a portal to your inner self. Some of them are literal, like dreaming you're on a podium naked when you actually have to give a speech the next day, but a lot of them are more symbolic, and you have to figure those out. Anyway, so there's an article about dreaming if your brain is interested in looking that up. But we're going to talk about dreams today. So if you had dreams that were fun and exciting, would that make dreaming better for some of you? The tentacle thing, like I do not have a collection. I do not want a collection. I have a small collection of octopus things. It started out with a ring. I mean, octopuses are very, like, super smart, right? And they, like, I don't know, they don't live forever. I think a lot of them live for like 3 to 6 years, I was reading. Maybe it was just the ones at that specific news article I was watching. But they'll get out of all sorts of places, and they like to play, and they can mimic whatever they come, in contact with, which I think is absolutely fascinating. I have this one back here. I do like the idea that they can reach into your mind and do things. I mean, there's a lot of tentacle porn out there. I'm not going to talk about tentacle porn today other than that brief mention, but please fill your dreams with whatever you like. So, all right. So if we're going to talk about dreams and to do a trance about dreams, and you would like anything in particular to be in there, what would that be? Like, would you want to enjoy your sleep more? Would you want to remember your dreams more? Would you want to be able to have more directed dreams? Do you want to dream about specific things? Do you want your dream to somehow blend over into your day? Subliminal curtains. Yes. Oh, yeah. Look at all these tentacles. This is just for you, John. I'll give you all the tentacles that I can in this limited space. All right. So let's do something trancy. So you think about what you would like to get out of your sleep or dreams. Maybe you want to be able to be as rested in 6 hours of sleep as you normally have been in 9. Maybe you want to compress the amount of time that you sleep so that you can make sure that your body and brain do everything that they can in the time they have allotted, and then you have more time when you're awake to do stuff. I don't know, but I believe that's absolutely a possible thing. So, how about, for the moment, now's a good time for you to find yourself letting go, getting comfortable, focusing your eyes on something, or allowing your eyes to close, and then giving in to how good it feels to find yourself dropping into a deep sleep. Give in to how good it feels to let your unconscious mind plummet down deeply into trance. Give in to how incredible it can be for you to recognize that just a moment ago you were awake, and now you are getting less and less so. More and more unconsciously alert and aware and dropping deeply into trance. And the more you find yourself in that state of dropping easily and effortlessly into trance, the better it all feels, the more amazing it feels to give in to that state of dropping deeply and powerfully into trance and giving into it. And then the more you find yourself in that state, the more you can think about what it might be like to dream for you. What it might be like to remember that you had a dream, to think about what you want to dream about, to think about the way you would like your dream to help you the next day or week or month or however impactful your dream could be. And for you to realize that what you find yourself dreaming about can be amazing for you. Whether or not on a conscious level you know what your dream means, your unconscious self can simply feel how very good it is for you to have these dreams, to give in to these dreams, to let these dreams happen, to think about what you might want to dream about before you go to sleep, and to let that idea blossom. And what happens if your dream takes a weird turn? What happens if, as you find yourself sinking and dropping off into deeper and deeper nighttime sleep, and the dream begins to unfold, that you find yourself dreaming about something that you planned, that you expected, that you thought about, and then it takes an unexpected turn? What if you knew you could just be like, okay, brain, no, that's a nice little side quest, side story, but we are instead going to drive right down that main road from here to there. Twists and turns are fine. Going off the road, we're just going to avoid those for right now. And we're going to have the dream we want with the ideas that we talked about to ourselves ahead of time, that we maybe wrote down or just thought about. We're going to have those dreams. It's going to feel really good. We're going to get the ending that we want. And then when we wake up in the morning, we're going to feel incredibly positive about the dream that we had. And when we feel really positive about the dream that we had, it can impact positively the day that we have ahead of us, how we behave or act. And I'm not saying that your day has to be necessarily happy and positive, but merely the way that you've thought about, the experiences that you're going to have, the way that you found yourself having that dream to direct what's going to happen, allows you to think about allows you to think about the way that you can manage what happens to you during the day. Now, if you decide that you have the same dream the next night and you take all those side roads, maybe the things that you thought were unplanned and unpleasant actually turn out to be something useful for you. Maybe those things turn out to be something interesting that your unconscious mind can make use of. Maybe your unconscious self can just feel really good about the idea that you're going to give in to exploring what might be, so that if those opportunities present themselves, you'll have a new way of dealing with something, or you'll have already thought about it so that you can find yourself dealing with those things in a way that makes you happy in the long run. So as you find yourself dropping and sinking down deeper and deeper, you can know that there are so many common things that happen to people in dreams, that when these common things happen, whether it's an erotic dream, whether you're falling, whether you're being chased, that you know that you can wake up in the morning sort of laughing at the fact that these things happened and not worrying about it, because these are very common dreams. What do they mean to you? How are you going to deal with them? Do they actually need addressing, or can you simply go, I don't have to worry about why I'm falling. I know it's a very common trope. I am simply going to make sure that the next time I run down that street, that manhole cover is on, or I go around it and I go straight ahead and I move on to the next portion of my dream goal, whatever that might be. I allow my unconscious mind to play around with the thoughts and the ideas that are there, so that I can experience something new and exciting that serves me well while I am wide awake. And maybe you find yourself in that state of sleep where your unconscious mind knows that your brain and your body, while they work together to do all the things that are required, they can do those things better, faster. Maybe they can do them a little more efficiently. They can do the things that they do every single night a little more quickly and easily, so that you can find yourself feeling how lucky you are maybe to wake up a little bit earlier, feeling wonderful. Or maybe you can go to bed a little bit later and still wake up when you need to, feeling wonderful, as though you're as fully rested as you could possibly be, and your brain is ready for you to have another extra half an hour tomorrow to start doing all sorts of things with. Now, if you start doing all sorts of extra things because you have a little extra time, what do you expect out of that? Like, your conscious self is good for so much, right? Your conscious self is good for so much during the day. Are you going to make your conscious self more effective and more efficient and a little bit more productive too? Maybe that's the thing you also find yourself wanting to work on. Maybe while you sleep at night, your unconscious mind can think of ways to allow your conscious self to become a little bit of a time saver, so that your unconscious mind can know, oh, the conscious self keeps doing this thing and we don't really need to do that. We're going to change up how we do things on a conscious level so that we get done our stuff a little bit faster. We can focus on what's in front of us, what's at hand, and so your unconscious mind can just adjust how your conscious self makes things happen so that you have some more time. Now, what does that mean exactly? Like, what if you find yourself working, say, a 9-to-5 job and you have some kind of commute, so you get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh, heaven forbid, you get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so that you can be to an office by 9 o'clock. You've had time to rest or shower or dress or coffee or drive in or whatever you have to do. And then you get home at like 6 o'clock at night. And then you wonder where your day went and why don't you have more time to do things. Maybe your unconscious mind just wants you to have time to yourself that isn't actually part and parcel of belonging to somebody else. Maybe your unconscious mind says, I think we're going to apply for that remote job, or I think we're going to start our own little side business after we get home from work, and we're going to see what that brings us. Or our brain decides that we're going to write some code that makes things faster, or we're going to stop doing this one thing that we don't actually get a lot of purpose and use out of. No delight, no joy, no actual results. And we find ourselves just moving on. But right now you can let yourself go and drop down deeper and deeper into trance. You can feel the way that your unconscious mind can pick and choose the messages that are important for you, that are important for it, that can be helpful to your conscious self when you are wide awake. But in the meantime, you can allow yourself to just keep dropping and sinking down deeper and deeper into a state of trance that lets your unconscious mind be incredibly effective and efficient on your own behalf. So whether or not you find yourself creating your dream before you go to sleep, whether or not you allow your creativity moments when you're falling asleep and waking up to be things that you find yourself capturing with pen and paper or typing into your phone, or you get up and you just start like repeating over and over again what happened, your brain can know that you are appreciative of what it's telling you and what it's doing for you. And you can still find yourself adjusting the way you think, behave, and act for your own benefit. Do I care if you go into trance? Personally, I mean, I like it. But why do you go into trance? You go into trance so that your unconscious mind can make changes that benefit you in some way, whether they're just fun and sexy or whether they're practical and purposeful and they make your life better. That's what your unconscious mind can work on. So whether you find yourself taking an hour here or there to do something for yourself that makes everything feel better, or whether you take this hour and you find yourself making unconscious adjustments so that when you are wide awake and doing the things that you have to do or that you want to do, you can move more and more easily and effortlessly to doing the things that are going to make you happy, not just now, but for the long haul. Let your unconscious mind think about how good it can feel for you to know that you are making changes that allow you to make the most of your life, that allow you to say, I get so much done during the day. I only need 6 hours of sleep. I only need 5 hours of sleep. My brain feels like I'm, on fire when I'm awake, and I am going. And I get all the stuff done. I am so productive. It feels so positive. And then when it's time for me to sleep, I just feel like I can direct my dreams to do whatever I'd like. I can direct my dreams to help me solve problems. I can direct my dreams to help me live out erotic fantasies. I can direct my dreams to experience my fears so that I can learn how to overcome them. I can direct my dreams to new and exciting things that I have never yet experienced in my conscious life. And this can allow me to just feel so very good about what I dream about and how I feel really amazing. But right now, while your unconscious mind is deeply in trance, allow your brain to just feel how good it is to know that you have all these options available to you. So pick the options that to you make the most sense. Pick the options that to you are the most appealing. Pick the options to you that make you internally smile and feel really happy and positive about what you are going to do. And then allow your unconscious mind to know that tonight when you sleep, whether you're going to have some crazy hot erotic tentacle fueled sex dreams or whether you're going to have some amazingly productive sleep that allows you to solve your problems during the day, that allows you to feel that the sleep that you get is enough and that the waking time that you have is more than enough to allow you to be more productive, and or maybe just allows you to be more productive when you are awake by eliminating the stuff that you've been having on your roster that you really didn't need to have there. Whatever your brain, or both of those things, maybe your brain can take these messages in and can allow you to just feel how good it is to let the deep sleep that you're in right now affect the way that your unconscious mind dreams at night. Whether you plan this out or you simply allow it to happen because your conscious and unconscious are communicating in some way right now, saying, I would really like this to happen. I would really like to do that. Oh, that sounds thrilling. That sounds exciting. I want to sleep more and better. I want to sleep less and have more time during the day. Whatever your brain wants to do, let yourself do that. There are definitely signals that your brain and your body will give you if you needed to get more sleep. So if you just want to sleep for 4 hours and get up and be super productive and do a whole bunch of things and then maybe get a cat nap and then wake up and start your day, let yourself do that. See what comes of that. Discover how much more purposeful your day can be. Or if you just want to luxuriate in the dreams that you can have at night because your unconscious mind has been busy being productive already during the day, let yourself experience whatever you need to in order for your unconscious mind to get absolutely positively the most that you need out of these experiences. Let your unconscious mind just feel how good it is to know that it is being given permission by me and perhaps by you to put your unconscious self in charge of the way you dream and how you dream and what you want to get out of this, so that when you wake up and you are fully conscious, the things begin to happen automatically and easily. Those things that you want and or need to do begin to happen as though you had scripted them out while you were sleeping, and your conscious self just begins to run on these new scripts that your unconscious mind is feeding it. Hold on to that. Feel how very good that is. Let yourself soak in these ideas and these messages while you drop down deeper and deeper into trance. If you need to go into your control room and make some adjustments, if you need to set how many hours a night you're going to sleep in your control room and that you are still going to wake up in the morning feeling rested, full of energy, having sustained energy throughout your day, you can do that. If you want to give yourself a little bit more productivity, if you want to give yourself a little bit more exciting dreams, you can go into your control room and say, this is what I want. You don't have to do it there. You can just do it by writing them down and thinking about them before you go to bed. But you can also do them there. You can program them right in, right there. I'm going to get this amount of sleep from now on. It's going to feel really, really good. I'm going to fall asleep really quickly from now on. If I wake up, I'm going to go right back to bed. I'm going to wake up in the morning ready to hop out of my bed, and I'm going to get shit done. I'm going to eliminate all the things I don't really need to do, and I'm going to make changes that are going to positively affect my life from now on. I'm going to allow myself to save up that money. I'm going to allow myself to change the way I eat. I'm going to allow myself to do some different exercises for my body, stretches or body weight resistance type things in my own home if I can't go to the gym. And I'm going to do these things because I want to notice changes in how good I can be to myself. And I want to be able to look back in 6 months and see how far I've come. I want to look back in a year and go, wow, I did this thing and I didn't even know I was going to do it. Let your unconscious mind think about where you might like to be in 3, 6, 12 months, whatever. And plan that out for you. Allow your unconscious mind to think about the ways in which you want to be treated or to treat other people. And let your unconscious mind make those changes and adjustments right now while you sleep. And notice how they can positively affect the results of your sleep, the results of your creativity, how you get things done, what you find yourself doing, how exciting it can be to let yourself do these things. And even if you find yourself making tiny incremental bits of change starting now, every night while you sleep, every day while you're awake, your unconscious mind can simply take those and they add up and they add up and they add up. And it feels really good for you to know that all these things that you find yourself doing can be programmed by you, written down, thought out about ahead of time, or your unconscious mind can just go, oh, okay, so our CEO has set some guidelines and we're just going to think about the best way to accomplish the most important ones of those. Maybe your conscious self is going to be like, yeah, this is the most important of those things. Maybe your unconscious is going to go, we would like some more direction. Why don't we write down the things that are our top 3 things that we would like to do for this year, or the top 10 things we would like to do for this year? And we can find ourselves working toward each and every one of those ideals, those goals, slowly, incrementally, just a little bit here and a little bit there, but consistently, so that our brains know that we're serious about it. Our brains know that we really want to do these things. Our brains know they can always find the time to make us make these things happen unconsciously and consciously. Whether you find yourself doing them by your unconscious mind dropping you deeply into trance and making these changes happen every single day, however it happens. Trance is what we do. Drop is what we do. Sync is what we do. Act is what we do. We do these things because we want to make our lives as positively wonderful as we possibly can. We want to experience the best kind of trance, the best kind of dreams that we possibly can. We want to experience the best kind of life that we possibly can, so we can take it upon ourselves to do little bitty changes every single day consistently from now on, to allow ourselves to sleep better, to allow ourselves to dream better, to allow ourselves to be awake better, to act better, to do the things that are helpful and important for us, so that we feel really good about what it is that we're doing and how we're doing it. We feel really good about the way that we think and why we think the things that we do, so that we can move forward with our lives, making them as good and as powerfully good for us and as active for us as we possibly can. So that when we look back, it's June 1st, we are at 6 months of the year. So we've gone through 5 months. We've got 7 more to go. What happens in the next 7 months for you, or the next 3 months for you, when you look back at the end of the year? You know how they have all those, I think they're kind of silly, but a year in review thing. Just look back for yourself. What has your year in review brought you? What kind of changes that have made your life better happened? What's happened for you that you can find yourself thinking about right now that you want to experience, that you want to be consistent with? Do you want to save $1 a day? Do you want to, work up to doing 50 push-ups a day? Do you want to walk into your house and go, oh my God, everything is neat and clean and organized? Do you want to start some kind of new venture? Do you want to start a new job? Do you want to make a game? Do you want to start a new campaign with some new friends? What do you want to do? Let your unconscious mind think about it. Let yourself dream about it if you need to. Let yourself dream about it if it will be helpful. Let your unconscious mind let these things happen in the way that for you is the most powerful and effective, and let your unconscious mind make the changes that for you will have a really profound impact for you starting now, as you move forward, as you look back, so that you can see that you are making progress, so that you have made changes. And if you write things down that you want, write down where you are, what will you discover in 3 or 6 or 12 months that you have managed to make happen because your unconscious mind allowed your dreams to run free? Let yourself give in. If you need to let things go in order to move forward, go ahead and do that too. So hold on to that. And on the count of 10, find yourself coming back all the way, wide awake, feeling wonderful, your unconscious mind completely and fully powered and empowered to make the changes that you want to make these things happen for you in the best possible way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take a nice deep breath in. 7, move and stretch a little bit. 9, open up your eyes. And 10, wide awake. Do you want to build a snowman? I don't actually know if I know that song, but I find that hilarious. Well, I don't know if you just had a unique and mystical experience, Roman, but I hope you do. I think if we're lucky, we had a trance. If we're not lucky, we had something else. But I hope you had a trance. By the way, I'm going to remind you all to stay hydrated. It's warm in here. This was filled with ice when I started. It is no longer filled with much ice at all. Yes, thank you, Yip. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I think that is kind of funny that she typed that. She does like to, they do like to tell on you. I think that's fascinating. I wonder what you're going to dream about. I hope your dreams are amazing. And I just want to let you know, so if you come to these things, if you're one of the people that comes to these things, and you would like me to talk about something else other than whatever pops into my head in the morning of Sunday, if you want me to talk about something else, I am happy to make that happen. I mean, if the trance was bad for you, I would definitely like you to, you know, not do that. Don't go into trance if it's bad for you. But if it's good for you, let yourself experience it. I do like the idea of brainwashing. Oh, so with my patrons, June is brainwashing month. So last month was amnesia, and a lot of people participated in that and got like better at forgetting things. And this is brainwashing month, and there will be some new fun and exciting brainwashing things. I am also working on a new thing that hit me yesterday. I'm trying to do a little hypno thing every single day this week. I can't always do it, but I promise to do it this week. So I saw something yesterday that I thought was kind of fun. I wish that I could rap or make songs, because I saw this thing yesterday that I actually incorporated into this. You guys may recognize it when I finally get it done, but I like the idea that our brains are just here to feed us ideas and then to make us do stuff. So anyway, I hope your brains had a good time. I hope that you sleep for as long as you need to, or as long as you want to, and that you get all the dreams or all the suggestions that your unconscious mind thinks will be helpful for it. You know, if I could probably cheat and put it to some other music, the little thing that I wrote down yesterday. It's terrible. I'm driving. So in Florida, it is legal to be on your phone when you're at a stoplight. So I saw this thing, and I'm like saying it, and I'm saying it, and I'm saying it over and over and over again until I finally stopped, and I could like send myself an email. And then I put it away, and then I drove without my phone in my hands. But I just thought that was, you know, I once was meeting some friends for dinner when I lived back up in New England. Meeting my friends for dinner. I did not have my phone on me, but I had a pen and a napkin. So I heard the song on the radio, and it like, I'd never heard the song before. It sparked this idea in my head. I'm waiting for my friends to come, and I sit down and I write out this whole thing on these napkins in the restaurant, and then I shoved it in my purse, in my pocketbook, and I have never seen it again. And I was so sad. I was like, oh, if this had been digital, I would still have a copy of this somewhere, because I'm like, I save everything. But I don't even, like, I never heard the song before. I've never heard it again. If I ever heard that song again, I bet, like, it would flood back into my head what I had written and what I was going to say about it. But I don't remember anything about that silly song. Just how it goes sometimes. So I want to thank you all for being here. I want to say that I really appreciate that you show up and listen to what I do. And I will be back again next week. If you are the kind of person, I don't know if there's anybody in here that has ever done in-person sessions with me, but I stopped doing them for a while because I was overwhelmed. I'm going to start doing them up on a minimal, limited basis, probably in a week or so. So if you're interested in that, those are going to happen again. And if you're not, that's okay. I'm still going to be here doing these things because I think this is fun and I really like bringing these to people. So, and I appreciate the people that like can't always come to the live but watch them afterwards. I think that that is, my brain really says thank you for that, really likes that. And I am happy to do other things. I am working out doing some both doing some long form good for you stuff and some sexier, shorter 20-minute trance type things. So hopefully both of those will happen. I'm trying to be as productive as I possibly can during my day time. And I hope that you can too. So, all right, I'm going to say thank you and goodbye. Feel free to wake up now and feel free to let me know if there's anything else that you'd like me to do. And thanks for being here. It was nice to chat to you all and to have your comments here. I really appreciate that. So have a great day. Thanks. I'll see you later. If I can figure out how to work my laptop and my computer system. Bye.